Greetings and salutations. It is I, Mr. Nothing, the museum curator of the weird and the strange and the host who might be from another planet. Welcome back to Around the Weird, a booktube channel where I talk about all the unusual and out of the ordinary literature that I have found in my travels. It is Poetry Thursday, and today I wanted to talk about a poem about an imaginary or quite possibly real world that exists out there that is the definition of utopia to some. So today I wanted to talk about a poem by Dunya Mikhail called Another Planet. For those that don't know, Dunya Mikhail, if I'm pronouncing that right, Dunya Mikhail, the pronunciation of Mikhil has many different pronunciations, but that's what I've heard different versions online. But for those that don't know, she is an Iraqi poet. She was born in Iraq, and she grew up to be a writer, a poet. And her writing eventually got her on, the bad list for Saddam Hussein, and who amongst us haven't been made an enemy of the state by Saddam Hussein. And so she eventually left Iraq, and she came to America. She got her various degrees, and won a couple of awards, and has published quite a bit of poetry. The poem that I will be reading today comes from the Iraqi Nights, that was published in 2013. And I'm really happy to talk about this poet today because, it's Iraqi poetry, and I don't think I've explored that yet on this channel. Missing a lot of Middle Eastern poets, but we are moving around the weird, so to speak. So let's get to it. Without further ado, I will read you the poem, and then we will talk about it, a little analysis, and we will move on from there. Another Planet. I have a special ticket to another planet beyond this Earth. A comfortable world and beautiful. A world without much smoke, not too hot and not too cold. The creatures are gentler there, and the governments have no secrets. The police are non-existent. There are no problems and no fights. And the schools don't exhaust their students with too much work, for history has yet to start, and there's no geography and no other languages. And even better, the war has left its R behind and turned into love, so the weapons sleep beneath the dust. And the planes pass by without shelling the cities, and the boats look like smiles on the water. All things are peaceful and kind on the other planet beyond this Earth, but still, I hesitate to go alone. And so that was Another Planet by Dunya Mikhail, a wonderful poem, very unusual, describing a utopia that sounds far better than the Earth that we have now. A lot of differences between this Earth and the imaginary one, or the real one she's describing. For one, the police are non-existent, so you don't have those problems. The government isn't hiding secrets from its people. And the students are not overburdened with homework and other such things. It sounds truly delightful. But where I think this poem stands out is in a specific line, possibly relating to her Iraqi nationality. She says, "So the weapons sleep beneath the dust, and the planes pass by without shelling the cities." Which I believe is significant. It's something that I and a lot of my other fellow Americans have not had to worry about, which is pilots coming by and shooting your city, or drones, doing a drone strike on your city, and unfortunately, a lot of destruction there. It seems pretty unique to someone from Iraq who would be, or other places in the Middle East, who would be experiencing the terror of having a drone strike. And so that's what makes her vision of utopia probably different from mine. in her version, like the planes, they're not shelling the cities, they're not destroying the cities. They're just flying on by. And I wouldn't even have thought about that when imagining my utopia. It would include planes, but that'd just be a given on my part. Another thing I want to note is the final two lines of this, well, not final two, but like the final part of this poem. It goes, "All things are peaceful and kind on the other planet, beyond this earth, but still I hesitate to go alone." So what Dunya is saying there is that this is pretty much utopia and truly delightful. However, utopia means nothing if you don't have the pleasure of romantic or platonic company. Humans are very social creatures, so if you don't have that in your utopia on this perfect planet she's describing, then why would you want to be there when you could stay with the people who you enjoy, who are around you right now, in this imperfect society that she's talked about. Which I think that I agree with there. Like, if I didn't have my friends around me on a perfect planet, it'd be pretty lonely and not worth engaging in. So a lot to say about utopia there. And so that was Another Planet by Dunya Mikhail, a wonderful poem worth checking out. I will put a link to it in the description. Why don't you read it and tell me what you think? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. We can have a discussion about this poem. It's a good poem. Or about any of her other poems. If you've read anything else by her, let me know what you think. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that other people may know about Dunya and other people may find out about Poetry Thursday. A wonderful day, and poetry is always great to talk about. Otherwise, I wish you the best of luck in your weird and other planety travels, extraterrestrially. Farewell.